Hi guys, welcome back to the channel again. I did mention before I was going to be doing a Stompa project, and I think that's going to be the thing I'm going to be focusing these next couple of videos on. So I started off with a rough idea of what I wanted it to look like. I found a few sort of little bargain deals on eBay for a couple of second-hand tanks. One of them was a Lehman Russ and one of them was a really old Predator, but it had loads of kit bash parts on there from other people's sort of conversions they did. So they were listed as looted tanks, but they had loads of parts that I thought if I took those apart separately, I could really do something with those. So this is the kind of sketch I drew out of what I wanted my Stompa to look like. I didn't really want a foot stompy one. I wanted more of a track rolly kind of thing. So with that in mind, I kind of finalised the idea a bit more here. And then really took it up to the next stage, which I thought, how am I actually going to make this into an actual object? So I tried to sketch it out and finalise the plan a bit more. So it looks more kind of like this. So I wanted to get some height on it, worked out how the chest piece had to be, and how really I was going to start the shape it was going to take. So once I got that locked in, I then started thinking about the actual plan of how I'm going to put this together. So I decided the best way to use it would be, or to build it, would be to use sprues, as I've got thousands upon thousands of empty unused sprues. So I found some nice long lengths of that, chopped all the nibbly knobbly bits off, as one of the other channels likes to say. I really love watching that channel. And drew a plan of what the base was going to look like. So that was the basic idea for the base, and then worked it up, so that'd be the bit on the outside here. Then worked it up to a chest piece here, and then a rough square of what I wanted the rough size of the head to be. And then sketched that out onto a bit of paper. You can see all the blotch marks here from the poly cement sort of leaked through a little bit as I was making it. And spent a day and an afternoon putting bits together, and came up with this so far. So you can see where the Lehman Russ tank tracks have gone. I've reversed those round so they look more forward leaning. So it gives a bit of a sort of perspective kind of thing. There's the old Predator at the back. I've stripped that off using some magical liquid I've devised for stripping paint off plastic models. Couldn't even begin to tell you what was in it now at this point, but seems to do the trick pretty well. I've got lots of supports in here. All around here, this is where the main belly gun's going to be. I've got to feel it. I feel like I wanted to do something here. So like maybe like a multi-chambered thing. So it's like a Gatling gun with a big cannon out the front sticking out. So that could be fun. And this will be where the death roller is going to be at the front. So I'm going to make a frame for that. I'm going to have to make that from scratch. This will be the turret that's going to be going on the top right shoulder in the sketch. So that's just a Lehman Russ tank bit that's got a little grot on the top there. So I thought keep that because that's just perfect. And this turret was originally on top like that, but I kind of thought to fill the negative space underneath the arm cannon, I'd have this as like an underslung turret. So I'm going to have to do a bit of plastic carding to fill the base up and stick that underneath. It just feels like the negative space, which will be around about here if we're looking at it. Then we went on to the chest piece. So that was pretty straightforward. Just made a basic frame for that and found just a load of bits to make a head from. I really kind of like how he turned out. So that'll be fun. That's got like a little... I've tried to get as many bits off of the old Predator as I could and strip them all down because it was just covered in loads of little hatches and armor plates, and I definitely thought I could use those and repurpose those. The bit we've got at the back here, which is actually a front grille from a toy truck or something. I saw it in like a second-hand shop, and it had loads and loads of frames, like a roll cage. And I thought that'd be brilliant for making, like scaffolding. Then we've got here, these are some ideas I had because we're going to be using a lot of pistons and things. To buy them from like model kits, they cost an absolute fortune. So I found a piece of round sprue and some very, very thin plastic card, stuck it together, rolled it up, And then, bada boom, we have some pistons. And those are going to be going on my little custom-made chainsaw giant arm, which is going to have like a scaffolding arm at the back. And on there is where we're going to connect a few of these pistons to sort of really orkify it and really sell that it's a sort of working piece. It just fills up, again, fills up the negative spaces. And with some of the other bits I managed to salvage off of the old Lehman Russ, these are going to turn into the right shoulder pad with a sort of launching rocket bit here, a couple of grots, and yeah, so that is it so far. That's the work in progress. The chest piece will sit somewhere up here, and I'll have to work out angles for getting the supports up, and then be covering those in plastic hard and then cutting bits out to make ports for the weapons, and then have to work on orkifying the whole thing. But this is it. This is the Stompa currently so far. See you later.